So let's welcome our panelists for the day. We have Mr. Ashutosh Joshi, CEO, Glass Power Recycling and Glass Power Group. He will be leading this session, and I'm sure that you guys are really waiting to know what is going to happen and what insights you're going to get. Our next panelist is Mr. Swapant Mehra, CEO, Laura Ecological Solutions. We also have Dr. Sameer Joshi, plastic recycling expert, MD, Novasis. We also have Mr. Manik Thapar, waste collection and management. That's one of the problem right now, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of insights for a lot of people who are joined and are watching us live. You're going to get some great solutions. We also have Mr. Rahul Podar, MD, Shakti Plastic Industries. So let's get started with this amazing panel discussion on sustainability, recycling, and conservation is the way.
We have now all the panelists with us. Mr. Swapan Mehra, who is CEO of IORA Ecological Solutions, and he has recently got a very prestigious award from World Economic Forum, that is the Global Young Leader Award 2020. And he's doing a lot he has taken a lot of initiatives related to conservation and environment and other things. So we'll come back to him with some questions. Then our next very eminent panelist is Dr. Sameer Joshi, who is managing director of Gnosis, and he's the governing body member of Indian Plastic Institute as well, and he's a renowned polymer technologist as well as a well-known plastic recycling expert as well. Mr. Rahul Podar, he is managing director of Shakti Plastic Industries, and it's a very renowned company. They are managing around 30,000 tons of waste per day, and they have a presence pan India and doing very good jobs related to recycling, waste collection, waste management. I'll come back to you with some questions. And then we have Dr. Sameer Joshi. I've already introduced to Dr. Sameer Joshi to all of the audience. So this is regarding, again, sustainability, waste management, recycling, which is a very hot topic these days because of the COVID situation. And the focus it was required earlier is definitely there, and a lot of people are talking about sustainability and related things which can improve the environmental conditions and promote recycling and other things. And I'll start my first question with Mr. Rahul Podar. Mr. Rahul, do you think the waste is really a problem, or we as humans have made it like this? Why we are not able to manage our waste properly in terms of collection, in terms of segregation, and in terms of proper disposal or post-segregation activities? So can you throw some light about the challenges and other things related to this thing?
Yes. Thank you, Ashutosh. So basically, waste is not a problem in India. The problem is lies with us as a human being. We, the people, are not aware about the proper disposal of plastic waste. In India, the problem is with us, where even when we know that yes, we have a value of plastics, there is a value after recycling of plastics, there is a way of disposal. We should improve our habits of disposal of plastic waste. As a human being, we generally throw plastic waste across everywhere, and if it goes in a proper channel to a proper recycler, it will create a value. And that basically the value which will be created, it will come under circular economy. It will create it will generate a lot of employment, a lot of environment savings like carbon emissions and all. Basically, India lack of awareness of plastic waste, collection waste. Basically, in India, we have to train people on the ground level, like in schools, colleges, societies. What are the benefits of plastic recycling? What are the end use of plastic waste? How plastic waste can be treated? What are the what if you dispose of plastic waste in a proper manner? The channel. We need to train people on the ground level that yes, plastic has a value. After recycling, after converting into some product, it's economical, it's durable, it's viable. There are a lot of hundreds of applications which are which can be manufactured from recycled granules once it's collected and disposed of well. So basically the challenge is there are a lot of grades in plastic. It needs to segregate properly. There should be a system on the ground level.
I think our Mr. Rahul, our question is focused on waste collection and waste management basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So yeah.
So basically, we need.
What are the challenges in that?
Yeah, the challenge is the major challenge is on the ground level where we don't have proper segregation system. There should be government interventions in it. There should be a policy where there should be a proper waste management policy in place, where a lot of people should be encouraged through a policy where they can come, invest, start something related to waste management. There should be proper segregation systems across the collection. Basically, the collection part overall in India is handled by the local corporation, and they are all government bodies. They should come up with a policy where the government bodies, when they collect the plastic waste, the waste should be handed over to a private body where it can be properly segregated, managed at the ground level, and instead of going to a landfill, it should be diverted to a proper recycling channel. And there, once it's channelized to a recycling channel, it will create a value. So it is very much unorganized sector. Waste collection system, a lot of informal companies are in the segment where they don't have proper systems, they don't have proper technology, they don't have proper support from the private companies, from the governments. So we need to support them, incentivize them, and support them that yes, when they do segregation, when they do collection, they should get the returns of what they do on the ground level. That is the biggest challenge. What we think is there. Second challenge is the segregation part. The people who are working on the ground level doesn't know that there are so many grades in plastic. Segregation is a big challenge, and what we think as a company, that once plastics is segregated properly, it will have a value. If it's mixed, it will not create a value which an end recycler requires. So we need to intervene on the technology part. Technology is the key part in the waste segregation systems, where other countries are adopting that system.
So Rahul, Rahul, I fairly got your point. So in the meantime, Chetan, if you can please show the PPT sent by Dr. Sameer. So I will summarize the points taken by Mr. Rahul, that the basic issue is since it is an unorganized sector, so the waste collection is somehow not happening the way it should be, and the kind of private participation we need, that is not coming for this particular domain, and most of the things are managed by municipal corporations and not at the state or the central level. And there is not much coordination between the civic agencies to consider this as a problem and to fight with this as a whole. And definitely, if this waste is properly collected and segregated, then it can create a lot of value and help for the environmental issue. So I will move to Dr. Sameer Joshi. As I told, he's a renowned and probably the most experienced panelist in this panel, and he has done a lot of research work, and he has published a lot of papers related to plastic recycling, and he is really tackling the plastic problem very seriously. I have seen a lot of work from him. So, Dr. Sameer, now you have a presentation here. So my question, I'll put my question, and you can answer my question through your presentation and through your words. So it's do you think recycling is something which can really eliminate the problem of climate change and environmental issues if done properly?
So today on this World Environment Day, plastics is as I said, loved to be hated. 2 years ago, we had the World Environment Day in 2018, where the theme was beat plastic pollution. The plastic is seen in very different ways by different people. Rahul does excellent work in managing the plastic waste. Tons and tons of plastic litter is saved from going into the environment by the work Rahul does. And it's not only recycling, but also upscaling that what is being done.
Mm-hmm.
India today recycles almost 60% of its plastic produced. So we are the one of the world's largest plastic recyclers. And the consumption of India is only 11 kg per person per year, while the world average is 100 kgs.
Yeah.
This is the marine plastics, what we see as a global challenge. But no one here points out to the human behavior and the poor waste management practices that result in the leakage to the environment. See, in the present context, we see the mask being littered. So who is to be blamed? In the plastic industry, we have got a very nice slogan. Plastics do not litter, it's people do. Then we blame the plastics. That's not correct. Next, please. Trends that are shaping the world, India and the packaging industry, growing urbanization, then this convenience of using plastics, and what comes now and what we are concerned, even in the plastic industry, is sustainability. And even the consumers are growing aware of this sustainability issue. Next, please. See the issue of excessive packaging. This is a China cake. It's a real cake, by the way. And look at the size of the packaging and look at the product inside. And what these people do is, they eat only a part and the rest is thrown away. See the amount of packaging that is wasted. So this is what is an example of excessive packaging. Next, please. What we need is the sustainability cycle as we talk of sustainability and plastics. First, to reduce, reuse, and recycle. The first order is typically well aligned with the cost drivers, that we want to reduce the cost of packaging. Then reusing the packaging size and using multi-use. And important very much is to reduce the existing plastic waste. Next, please. Now comes the important tools that we get associated with as we talk of sustainability. We have to use technology to manage our plastic waste and get it on a digital platform where you can see, record, and monitor it. Next, please. Sustainability. When we talk of that, look how the plastic bottle is turned from collected from the road and converted to a cloth and then to a t-shirt and a fabric. This is upscaling and this is what is needed. What do we mean by sustainability in plastic packaging? It's design. It begins from the design stage. Earlier we used multi-layer packaging systems, but recently a company has come up with multi-layer with the same layer, same material used. So it is very easy to recycle such products. Next, please. Then we talk of design for disassembly. This is also important. See the mobile phone, it is being assembled in the left hand side, while at the right hand side, for it is being disassembled. If there is any issue, it can be dismantled easily and again assembled. So these are various design considerations that need to be taken in our system. Next, please. This is 100% use of plastics for packaging, non-food grade applications. In the other part of the world, in UK and Germany, they use 100% recycled bottles even for shampoos and milk. If plastics were not good, would a mother feed her child milk from a bottle made from 100% plastics? We have to value the plastics and respect their use. Next, please. What then are the key messages? Being a plastic person, I myself am saying, reduce the plastic use through technology or otherwise. Recyclability is the first step to be recycled. Help us achieve it. Technical solutions are needed. It is not about profiting. We need to save our earth. Next, please. It's a controlled agenda, urgency for a winning formula, innovation, agility, resource allocation, collaboration, and looking at it as a responsibility for each one in the value chain. Next, please. This is the hierarchy: reduce, reuse, refill, repurpose and repair, recycle, use the bin, and if it cannot be done, then it is the landfill. Next, please. Circular economy, manufacturing, consuming, recycling and reuse. This is the sustainable mantra, and we have to all work for it together. Next, please. 3 R's: reducing, recycling, and reinventing our thoughts and our actions and our plastic packaging. Next, please. The communities who are the ground heroes to in the pandemic. Look how they were treated with the utmost respect as gods who helped clear the trash during those times, which we saw the peak in various regions. And finally, karna hai to karna hai. Reduce, reuse, recycle. There can be no excuse. We have to work for our planet. People first, then our planet. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Joshi. It was a wonderful presentation and the wonderful deliberation as well. So what I could understood from your words that the plastic was introduced some 50 years ago in our ecosystem, and it has given us a lot of convenience in terms of, we have created smaller things because it was plastic. Earlier, a lot of components and items were made of metals and other items or other components. But now when we are using plastic, so the weight is reduced, the sizes are reduced, and we can do a lot of innovations with the help of plastics. But again, it's, every breakthrough, if misused, then it becomes a problem. It becomes a challenge. So what I could understand here, there are different type of packaging mediums available. We need to choose a packaging medium from the design stage itself, how it will affect the consumer, number one, and whether it will be suitable for disposal properly, or will it create some kind of and of waste management at the post-consumption level. And again, like Joshi said, reduction is the key mantra. We need to adapt the minimalistic approach. Why we should have multi-layered packaging mediums for one product, which can be packed in just one single thing. So we need to probably look towards our approach, and like Dr. Joshi rightly said, we need to keep ourselves disciplined, and that is the only way forward, because we have to keep a balance between our convenience, utility, and the environment, and that balance is very much required. So now, from the kind words from Dr. Joshi, I'll move to Mr. Swapn, who is doing a lot of things related to conservation, specific to water, I said. So I will come straight to Mr. Swapn Mehra. Mr. Mehra, how conservation is more relevant for sustainability in general, and in present COVID-19 situation, what do you think means whatever we were doing since last so many years, and we have spoiled the entire ecosystem in a very pathetic manner. So what is your observation, and what you suggest that conservation can do to go towards say 1960 or 1950 in terms of environment, not the technology?
Right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Joshi, and thank you to Business World for having me on this panel. So I'd like to quickly comment on two issues. One is to talk generally about conservation, and then specifically also about conservation in the context of waste, which is the theme of this panel. So you very rightly said that the COVID-19 pandemic, if anything else, has indicated to us how ecosystem conservation is so critical, not only for future resource security for the human race, but for our very survival. And out of these ecosystems, forestry, which is one of the key ecosystems of the world, is something I'd like to highlight, because forests not only give us raw material, inputs, regulate our water, regulate our carbon, regulate our soil, but it's very evident now that they also do a lot of disease control. There was a study done by University of London recently, which showed that out of the major 80 diseases or something like that have arrived and that have affected humanity in the last 50 years, 81% came from forest interaction, from degradation and deforestation, because of which biodiversity lost its habitat and the interaction with human beings took place, which should not have taken place. So I think it's critical to point out that on this very auspicious day of the World Environment Day celebration, we should take a resolve that we need to relook at the way we've been treating our ecosystems. We need to revalue them, and we need to reinvest in their conservation. In the context of waste, I'd like to point out that conservation has a twin-fold dimension, right? One is obviously the conservation of ecosystems, because there is a huge dimension of how waste impacts our water and our forests. Very stark numbers. I was reading up in anticipation and preparation of this panel that out of 1.5 lakh metric tons of waste that India generates annually, this is municipal waste, only about 20% is treated. 80% goes into landfills, and out of that 80%, about 15% is dumped in open dumps. So you can imagine how much of precious land resource we are compromising. Not only that, how much is the leachate and the residue from that waste affecting the land quality and our water quality, which is so critical for our behavior, for our survival itself. So from a conservation perspective, I think it's very critical to start looking at reducing. Mr. Joshi pointed this out very well, that our key focus has to be on reducing waste generation and reusing waste. Those two have to become a major mantra rather than treating. I think we need to refocus from treating on reusing. This is also very important given that our country is very populated. We require raw material and resources. So resource recovery would increase, and this would reduce our dependence. I've been part of the COVID-19 task force of the government of India, and I've been helping accelerate the development of innovation, especially in the ventilator space, have connected a lot of startups with funding. And we realized that one of the biggest drawbacks was that we don't have electronic components. And imagine if we had a very good electronic component recycling industry, we would have reduced the dependency by half. So I think this conservation and reuse of waste is very, very critical to consider, while we also look at the dimension of connecting into conservation of ecosystems. So that's This connection has to be made very, very well. And finally, my last point, be it the conservation, reuse of waste, or be it the conservation of ecosystems, we need to, as a group, start advocating for internalizing the negative externalities. You know, at the moment, we've been doing some work on decentralized waste management. The economics of systems like Mr. Poddar developed do not include or do not address in their appraisal the potential negativities that they are reducing. You know, if you start valuing the potential impact that you would have on groundwater, then suddenly all waste technologies will become much more lucrative. And somehow we need to understand and figure out how we can use those techniques to pass on incentives to communities so that they segregate and reduce their waste. So that's my final point, that we need to realign the incentives of resource conservation in this country very quickly, because our challenges are much bigger than anybody else given our population.
Thanks, Mr. Swapan. It was some great thoughts from Mr. Mehra. And you know what I could understood from his words, that a balance between uses of resources and the environment in terms of conservation is very much required. And while we are using more, we are throwing more, and when we are throwing more, we are consuming our precious land bank, which can be used for farming, for many other things. And these are basically all the very good aspects which we also want to take up in our upcoming very mega event, I would say, in September. Together, BW Business World and Glass Power Recycling are organizing Recycling for a Greener Tomorrow, and it's a really good event and planned in Delhi in the month of September. And the dates and other things, when it will be finalized, we are out of COVID, then definitely will be shared with everyone. And I'll wrap it up with just a few words, that the sustainability, circular economy as a whole, not only for a specific commodity or component, is required, but it is required as a whole. We need to see the bigger picture, not only plastic, glass, paper, metal, or anything. We need to see it as a whole, because if someone is talking about plastic, someone is talking about glass, someone is talking about metal, there is no synergy between all these agencies who are talking, in isolation for these things. So I would like to wrap it up here, because we are very close to 11:30. Just need a short message from everyone while wrapping it up. From everyone on this auspicious day, World Environment Day, and just 2-3 key lines which you would like to share with the audience about the way forward. Whatever has happened has happened. What is the way forward? We are interested in that only. I'll start with Mr. Rahul quickly, please.
So if we talk about way
30
forward,
seconds.
I would like to tell that we should take a pledge today. We, as a part of a plastic family, we should take a pledge that at least we, as a person, at our family, at our office.
Sorry, you are not part of plastic family. You are part of environment family. I'll stop here. So no one is from any specific family. We all are.
If they're not Barbie dolls, if they were Barbie dolls, they could have been part of a plastic family.
Absolutely.
So basically,
please.
Whatever we use, we should dispose it well in a proper manner. This should be our focus area from today onwards. At least we should start.
Great. So to Dr. Samir, a few quick words. 30 seconds, sir.
I'll just take 10. करना है तो करना है, environment के लिए जीना है.
That's great. Key points, very crisp. Swapan, to you, please. Few quick words.
Very quickly, I think that we all need to regain our connect with nature that our ancestors had, because we've realized now the COVID pandemic has taught us that if we don't create harmony with nature, then we'll pay a very heavy price and our future generations will not be able to afford it. We need to analyze our footprint and reduce our footprint very quickly.
That's great. Cool. So, Dr. Anurag and Jyoti, over to you. If you
Thank
would
you so
like to
much,
take up
Mr.
some
Joshi,
questions or
for
to
partnering with
interact
Business
with
World,
the...
and thanks to Swapan, Rahul, Dr. Joshi for being on this, Mr. Mande Wala, everyone for being on this BW Sustainability Dialogue. These are dialogues we hope we do more often and do deeper and
Yeah.
able to bring all the stakeholders together to make a difference.